Let's look at these questions from the free response part of the review quiz. So question number 3 in section 5, quantum mechanics, a photon of orange light has 3.32 times 10 to the negative 19 joules of energy. We want to calculate the frequency. So once again, we're going to go to our purple reference pages and find a formula that puts together energy and frequency. We're going to use the same one that we just used. Energy equals Planck's constant times frequency. So energy equals Planck's constant times frequency. What you have to be careful of in this question is that you've actually been given energy. We're not solving for energy, we know energy. So we're going to plug this number in for E because this is the energy. So E, or energy, is 3.32 times 10 to the negative 19 joules. We're going to set that equal to Planck's constant times the frequency. Remember that Planck's constant is given to us here. It is 6.63 times 10 to the negative 34 joule seconds. And what we're going to solve for is F, the frequency. How do we do this? Simple algebra. We're going to divide both sides by 6.63 times 10 to the negative 34 joule seconds. Whoa, I lost a 4. So that we can isolate frequency. We want to get frequency by itself. If I divide by Planck's constant on the right side of the equation, we must also divide by Planck's constant on the left side of the equation. 6.63 times 10 to the negative 34 joule seconds. Joules top and bottom are going to cancel out. We're going to be left with seconds in the denominator. Remember that a hertz is how many waves per second. That per second is this per second. That second's in the denominator, and so our unit label is going to be in hertz. Let's calculate 3.32 times 10 to the negative 19 divided by 6.63 times 10 to the negative 34. Calculator says 5.00754147 E14. Let's do a sig fig check. How many do we get to keep? Well, I've got 3 here, and I've got 3 in Planck's constant, so we're going to keep 3. We're going to keep 1 to that 7. It's going to turn that 0 into a 1. So we're going to get 5.01. Don't forget your scientific notation, times 10 to the 14th, and our unit label is going to be in hertz. 5.01 times 10 to the 14th hertz is the frequency of this orange light. Let's do number 4. We've got blue light again. This time we're given the frequency, and we want to find the wavelength. So we're given the frequency, we want to find the wavelength. Back to our purple sheets, what formula do we have that puts together frequency and wavelength? This one does, frequency and wavelength. So we're going to use this formula, speed of light, remember that C is the speed of light, equals frequency times our symbol for wavelength is lambda. So frequency times wavelength is lambda, is going to equal the speed of light, which is C. It's another constant, which is also given to us on our handy dandy purple pages. Speed of light is equal to 3.00 times 10 to the 8th meters per second. We're going to plug that in for C. We're going to set that equal to, we know the frequency. Frequency is given to us here. We're going to plug the frequency into our formula, 6.0 times 10 to the 14th hertz. And what we don't know is lambda, the wavelength. We're going to solve this for lambda. How do we do this? We're going to divide both sides by 6.0 times 10 to the 14th hertz so that we can isolate that lambda. 6.0 times 10 to the 14th hertz on the right, and also divide by 6.0 times 10 to the 14th hertz on the left. It's going to cancel out completely on the right. We're going to be left with lambda by itself. And then when I plug this into my calculator, 3.00 times 10 to the 8th divided by 6.0 times 10 to the 14th, we're going to get 5 E negative 7. Be super careful when you are dividing in scientific notation. Make sure that you're putting parentheses around your denominator. If you don't, your calculator is going to want to multiply, not divide your times 10 to the 14th. Your other option is to use the second function EE, button on the calculator. I'll make a little video showing you how to do that next. So we have an answer. 5e negative 7. Two things. We need to do a sig fig check. We need to add our unit label. Remember that hertz is waves per second. Per second and per second cancels out. We're left with meters. Meters is going to be my unit label. What about sig figs? I have 2 in my frequency and I have 3 in the speed of light. When we multiply and divide, we're going to keep the fewer number of sig figs. The fewer number is 2. So I'm going to keep 2 and I have 1. How do I turn 1 sig fig into 2 sig figs? We're just going to add a 0.0 times 10 to the negative 7 meters is going to be our wavelength.